S. Potts. My name is Jocko S. Potts. I'm honored for everyone to be here. My background is in AI, so I'm the CEO of my own AI marketing agency called Rebrandment. And Bevon and I go back a few years. He's actually my mentor, so he was the one who got me into like financial technology and just getting interested in like technology and using my marketing background inside of this fintech industry. So when AI came out or ChatGPT, it was kind of like a natural progression for me to just dive head in with this technology. And yeah, I feel like man, Bhavana is here to just bridge the gap between AI and just giving it to the real people who actually need it versus the Silicon Valley folks.
Yeah, and again, we give a lot of workshops. We do a lot of trainings. We have our own AI agency where we build tools and AI tools for people. But I think the common theme that we keep hearing is that folks feel like they just don't know where to start. Just need like they want to do things. They might be an entrepreneur, a student, a parent, right? Like, what does it mean to be a parent in the age of AI? What does it mean to be an entrepreneur? What does financial literacy look like? I mean, we hear everything. So he's like, listen, how do we do something virtually, right, on a recurring basis? So just to let you guys know, we'll be doing this once a month. So the next one is gonna be June 24th at the same time. And we'll again, you guys look at all this information, but literally it's a place where you can come and ask any questions, right? And the goal really is to there's no silly questions, like everything is welcome here. We encourage new people who just have no idea about AI and have any kind of questions they want to ask. And just to give you guys a sense of who will be on this call tonight, we got people from all over the world signed up for this. And we have folks who are career changers, students, parents, educators, working professionals, right? From again all over the world. So I think our goal really is to use technology itself to make this as small as possible, so folks can jump on anywhere and ask any questions. So, um, anything you want to add there, Jacquez, as far as like some of the themes that we saw of people who signed up, etc.?
Not feel like that you hit it right on the nail, but I do want to add and piggyback off the fact that this isn't a traditional like AI workshop. This actually isn't even an AI workshop, but Vaughn and I have done hundreds of AI workshops, and I feel like that the common theme that people get wrong is they try to treat it as like a formal like education thing where they just, give you definitions on what does AI mean? What does an AI agent mean? That's cool and all, but we've learned that the best way that people can get practical use is by hands-on demonstrating different use cases. So let's demonstrate how you can build a website. Let's demonstrate how you can actually build the AI agent versus us just telling you what it is. And yeah, like this is pretty informal. So if you have any courses, if you have any like AI use cases that you want us to use or like test out, please drop it in the comments and then we will be sure to get to those.
Yeah, so I'll be keeping an eye on the chat. So again, if you have any comments as we speak, we're gonna leave the last 15 minutes of the call for any question that you guys have. We want to keep everybody on time. But again, we have beginners here. We have folks who've played around with AI a little bit, watched a couple videos. We have some folks who've been building stuff already, and they have other questions. And again, our goal will always be to record these, so you can always go back. We'll be posting them on YouTube, etc. So you can go and kind of take a refresher there. But again, we got people from Chicago, Trinidad, Wales, Canada, Florida, all over the place. So again, entrepreneurs, educators, like I said, students, creators, community leaders, right? So quick question before we kind of kick things off, just to kind of get the vibe of everyone. Again, drop it in the chat. First question is like, what when someone says artificial intelligence or AI to you, what's like the first thing that comes to mind? Again, feel free to just drop it in the chat. We'll take a look at it. But we just want to get, a lot of people tell me they're scared of it because they feel like it's gonna take their job, right? They're worried about their students, like career college majors. Does that even make sense to have a computer science degree anymore? Somebody says Chat GPT, that's the one that we all know,
Yep.
right? And the first one that was out there. So
Collide.
Claude Gemini, Google Gemini, Claude.
Okay. A wide range for sure, for sure.
Right. So folks have been experimenting and checking it out. What I always tell people is to be AI curious. Like when I talk to young people too, who are going for internships, entry level jobs, even career changes, these companies don't expect us or anybody to be an expert. Nobody's an expert. We're in it all day long. We still aren't experts, right? They just want you to be aware of what it is, how you can use it, etc. So I can just keep that in mind. Daniel mentioned like it's a sophisticated search engine. That's actually
Yep.
pretty interesting because traditional Google search, right? It's kind of on the decline now. People want to show up. You want your business to show up in ChatGPT when you search for something, right? So
Hmm.
again, its search is actually changing the way we search for things as well. So that's a good point. Someone says it's a way of doing things to make it appear the
What
way
it do?
you want it to appear. Yeah, what do you think about that, Jack?
A way of doing things to make it appear. So I think that what you're trying to say is like if you see something or like let's say that you imagine an image in your head, back then you probably couldn't, like get that exact image or exact project or even website like into real life, onto paper. But now with these AI chat models like ChatGPT and Gemini, you can kind of like put that into like real life. So I guess that's what they're saying. Could you please explain a little bit more? If so, yeah, I would definitely believe that. Because growing up, I feel like that I had a ton of different ideas from like website creations to different business ideas. But now I can just use ChatGPT or Cloud Code to just build a quick website and I can just start sending that out to potential clients. So it's really no barrier in terms of, entering the market for any business idea that you have.
Yeah, and I think to give an example, a real world example, in January I had an idea. So I have a couple of nonprofits. I'm always fundraising, always trying to raise money. And I was very frustrated with the grant search research process and applying for grants. So I just used, I will show this to you as well. We use a tool called Lovable to do what we call vibe coding. So before AI, you had to be a coder, you had to be able to write in different languages, programming languages, and all that kind of stuff. These days, anybody could build anything. So I was frustrated. I had a problem, a challenge. I interacted with AI, a tool called Lovable, and it vibe coded or created on in minutes an entire platform end to end, a website,
Mhm.
right, connected to a database, connected to all that stuff, right? And I was able to actually turn that into a real company that we can sell it. We can have subscribers, people are paying for it. But I created that to solve a problem that I had, right? So I think that's what like Jack was saying. We are now able to use AI to immediately think the things out of our head and show it to people and solve problems. And this is part of why we're doing this as well too. We want anybody to be able to do that, right? The issue that we have in a lot of places, people just don't know how to use the technology, right? And you've probably heard the term garbage in, garbage out, right? If you don't know how to prompt it, if you don't know how to like interact with it, you're not gonna get the results that you're looking for. So I think that's the whole point of being able to use it in a way to get the results that you want to get, just like with anything else, right? Too. So I think just looking at the some of the comments from people when they were signing up here, and we'll go through a lot of these. We had some questions from folks as well too, but some people are just asking. Common theme number one was like, just help me understand the basics. So in plain English, like what what is AI again? And I know we have people at different levels here, but we just want to set the foundation. So Jack was in your opinion, if somebody asks you that question and they ask you all the time, like what is AI? Just tell me what it is. Just basic as it is. And I think, you and I talk all the time about we've been using AI for a long time. We just have been calling it something else or not calling it that at all. So from
Right.
in your opinion, like just let's start there with like what is AI?
Yeah, so in plain English, first, I feel like AI is kind of like a broad term in a sense, like a broad umbrella term. So in terms of like ChatGPT and like the cases that we use, that's called generative AI. And that's pretty much like where you're using the AI to generate images, using it to generate text posts, using it to generate videos. So you are literally using the AI to generate different outputs for you. Like I said, whether that's like a text post, imagery or videos. That's kind of like the lamest terms of what I would describe AI as.
And before the, you know, popular AI as we know it today, we had Alexa, we had Siri, right? We had
Mhm.
all these things. If you're watching Netflix and you're getting
Definitely.
recommendations, right? Algorithms, all those things have existed for a long time. Is now that we're in this state of generative AI where you can actually talk to it as well. You can speak natural language processing, right? You might hear the term large language model. Is literally they're training it on what's on the internet and is bringing back in split seconds the answer, right? And you can use it in business, you can use it in school, you can use it to build things, right? And companies are, yeah, you talk about employment, companies are realizing they could use it, you know. And again, somebody had asked a question before as well when in the registration, like, what's the dark side of AI? We'll talk about some of that stuff. It is going to replace some jobs, etc. But right, and we'll get into all that. But again, we also want to focus on the questions that people have tonight as well too. So the next part or the next theme that we saw when people were registering, they were asking, talk about AI at work, right? In the office, workflows. So Jacques, if you want to talk a little bit about like what is what are some of the top typical like issues or challenges you see people have with AI at work or trying to use it at work, small businesses trying to automate things. And you'll hear terms of like AI agents, AI automation, workflows. These are all like things that people talk about, and you might just hear it, see it online. But maybe you want to talk a little bit about that, Jacques?
Yeah, so some common issues where I see people using AI wrong in terms of like at their business place or even just like in their entrepreneur endeavors is the fact that I feel like that people just hear of the word AI and automatically think that AI is supposed to be like this magic button. Like if your email marketing isn't working right now, just using AI to automate that isn't going to make it like even better. You need to figure out what the problem is that you are experiencing. Let's say that you have a problem with responding to emails on time and you're missing out on clients, paying you invoices and whatnot. Now you know that there's a problem. Now you can use AI to start solving that issue. It's things as Bevon mentioned where it's called like an AI workflow or AI agent where you can build these workflows to solve this problem now where the agent is solving this problem on a daily basis. And also like something else that I've noticed because I have my own, small business is the fact that sometimes people want to use AI. What's the word I'm looking like? What's the phrase? It's like they use AI to create more problems like that they originally didn't have. So just because they have access to AI and ChatGPT and Claude, they automatically assume that now they have a ton of different problems that they need to solve. When that's not the case, you should be able to pinpoint your exact problem that you're facing in your business, and then that's when you start to use these AI chatbots and AI models to start solving those issues. I'm a marketer, and my whole background is in marketing. So even though I have my own agency, it's still baked in the fact of helping small businesses grow within their content creation and within their social media marketing. And I knew that as a marketer, a lot of small business owners have an issue with daily content creation. They have an issue with let's say that they drop a video on Monday and it did really well. A lot of small business owners think that just because you post a video once, that you're not supposed to use that video again. No, you're supposed to repurpose that video again and again. So what did I do? Knowing that these small business owners have this problem, I used AI to help create me another business that's suited for them. So now I have an AI platform that's called Jackbots that literally takes like any business that you input in, and then it creates like daily on brand content for you. But it also goes back and analyze your old like videos and old like content, and it allows you to repurpose that content. But just things like that, where I see the problem in my day to day, and I use AI to help me create a solution. Where now I'm getting monetized and people are paying me to use this platform. But just things like that.
And somebody asked the question, is generative AI different from machine learning or does it leverage that concept? So I put a response in there, but yes, generative AI is built using machine learning.
Hmm.
The simple way to think about it is machine learning teaches computers to learn patterns from data, large data sets like the internet and right, the World Wide Web type of thing. Generative AI is now a layer on top of that that uses those learned patterns to create new things like text, images, music, and code, right?
Yep.
All code. So machine learning is learning from the data, and
Hmm.
generative AI is creating from what was learned,
And
right? So yeah.
a easier way to even like put it to put it is just think about it like the difference between like TikTok. So TikTok is their algorithm is machine learning. So it knows the content that you like. It knows your previous like interaction history. So it knows the type of content that is going to keep you on that platform. That's machine learning because it has learned your information over time versus like a generative AI like ChatGPT, where it literally just create and generate different content for you. So it creates images, it creates text posts, videos, and things like that.
Yeah, yeah. And I see Jordan's on here. I don't know if he's still here. Hey, Jordan, let me put you on the spot, man. So a long time mentee of mine as well too. And we're all about talking about real life here. And he has plug for his I'll have you plug your thing here too, but he created a financial literacy focus app. But I want him to talk about it because I've been following his journey about getting into AI and then building something and sticking with it. So Jordan, can you just like introduce yourself and then talk about what you built using AI and why you built it and some of the traction you've had so far?
Hi guys. My name is Jordan Wadley, and currently I live in Michigan. Right now, it's funny I try to hop on this call an hour early with the time difference. And I met Bevon in 2022. So 4 years ago, life comes at you fast. And it was doing Greenwood Project. And then fast forward to my life currently right now. I don't work in financial services, but I still day trade. So because I day trade, I have basically from 11 a.m. till the rest of the day available. So I just want to use my free time productively and start planting some seeds so my future self can have something nice to look back on. And
Hmm.
what I wanted to do that a lot of people kept asking me was like how to make money. Just because I had a good amount of friends. I went to University of Michigan. Were losing jobs and getting laid off very early into their careers, like literally like less than 18 months into their careers on entry level jobs. So I just seen a problem of people didn't know the direction of how to make online money. And so I kind of just like asked ChatGPT on like how I could help solve something like that and just get information to others that was digestible and felt very um, what's the right word? Like actionable. Because I know in like AI, when you see a lot of these things, they'll tell you a lot of like great theory or great direction, but like a big goal is kind of like an illusion. Like if I say I want to make this, say certain amount of money, or I want to get this certain far, it's like you're only as good as your daily actions. And so I created through Lovable, uh, which is like Bhavan mentioned, is the vibe coding platform where you can figure out an income goal in a certain amount of time because I forgot the name of the law, but however long you give yourself to reach a goal is how long it'll take you. And so I kind of implemented that theory into my AI app called Zero Two, and it's just designed to take you from zero to whatever goal, um, a financial goal that you want to. And what it does is just turn your big goal into small daily goals and help you find a niche and a niche and a lane to help you find that. Because that's the best way to kind of make money. It's just hitting like a direct problem with a direct solution. And so right now I'm in the genesis stage of my just become documenting my own journey of going to, from 0 to 100,000, and I'm on day 68 currently, and I've made $9,000 throughout my process, and that's from the daily actions it gives you and app signups. So I've made uh, not counting people who have like signed up and like quit their subscription, uh, about 53 people. And so that's 53 people at $29 a month. I mean, yeah, $29 a month MMR. So really, really good stuff. And right now, I don't necessarily think I'm gonna hit my goal money wise, but I do have a repeatable system that I can expand and for the next 90 day goal, just try to go harder. So Really happy with what even having the opportunity to do this because like when I met Bevon in 2022, this wasn't something that was available to me. And so just taking advantage of it. And my main where I learned everything was from actually just Twitter. Um, um, because it's kind of just me. It's like I can't really ask for help. And so I would think that online communities, especially on Twitter and Reddit, are really good spaces to learn, especially because there's a lot of people that are under 30 who are also in various spots in their journey. So I would say if you don't know anything or you don't have a community to ask questions, I would say definitely reach out to online communities because you're never going to run into these people in the real world because like everybody's just locked on their own path and mission. Um, and so that would be just my best thing. And I would say don't be a I would say don't be afraid to not uh, believe in yourself into doing this because it's kind of new for everybody. And we're only on the precipice of AI in terms of the grand scheme of things, tip of the iceberg. So just the fact that you guys are all here today shows a lot about you guys and how seriously you guys are taking an opportunity like this.
Yeah, thanks, Jordan. I think, and kudos to you, man, for again, I've been following your journey from the beginning. And again, he had a problem. He saw a problem that needed to be solved. Before AI, what would it take to solve that problem? A lot of money, a lot of time, hiring a developer. I don't have a software engineering or coding background at all.
Yeah,
Finance and tech in general, but not coding. But now, any problem that you present to me, I can find a solution. Any problem,
right,
and that could be done in minutes versus hours and weeks and months and years and cost a ton of money, right? So that's the beauty of AI, is like being able to solve real world problems that you're encountering, and also being able to monetize it as well. So again, we want to show you guys some stuff. So Jacquez, I think we have how many people? We have about 20 people here, 16, 20 people. We want to take an idea or something that somebody has a real, is it a website? Is it like, just give us something that we could build right now. And Jacques is gonna kind of walk you guys through it. But in minutes, we can have a website up and running. If you have a website already, you want to reimagine that website, give it to us. Like we'll do it right now, right? Using like Lovable, for example, and show you what that tool is. So it's called vibe coding. Like literally, you're just kind of chatting about things, vibing, and then boom, you create something. So we could create something ourselves, or we can take some example from the audience as well. You're on mute, Jacques.
My fault. If y'all have any business ideas that y'all have been wanting to just flesh out, just please drop them down in the chat, and Bevon and I would create. Well, we're going to create one of these websites live right now. If not, we can just make up our own false website. But I would have loved to have, to done one of you guys' website ideas or business ideas. So you have like clothing brand that you've been wanting to drop, or you do content creation and you want to do like food reviews, you just want to have like a portfolio, anything.
Daniel, do you have the actual URL for your website? Like put drop that in the chat as well.
I think that is the
Oh, that's it. It's dotted. Okay.
yeah, yep, it is, yep, it is.
All right. So yep, I think you. Let me. Can you share,
Yeah,
Jacques? Let me see if I can give you.
I just sent you the request so I can share.
There
Oh,
you
there you
go. And while Jacques is setting that up, just to give you guys again ideas of the questions that we got coming into this stuff. So someone says, if I've never touched AI before, what do I install this week? So that's the beauty, right? You don't have to install anything, right? That's the beauty of AI, and we'll talk more about that.
go.
Linda says, what's one thing in AI I can do in my office tomorrow? Right? She wants something actionable. We could, by the end of this call, you can definitely do that. Someone says, can AI handle my admin work, like grades, parent emails, lesson prep? 100%. Somebody, Crystal, said, how do I build my first agent without writing code? And we'll talk more about that too. So, I get some ideas of like what people were asking coming into this call. So I'll hand it over to Jacques now.
Yep, so I'm on Daniel's website right now, And what I'm gonna do is go to this site called Lovable. It's a lot of other AI coding sites. Lovable is just one of like the easier ones to use, especially if you are a beginner. The user interface is pretty friendly. It doesn't look techy or like too codey like. It's pretty like the design aesthetic is pretty smooth and easy. So what I'm gonna ask Lovable is um. I want Daniel, is it any like theme that you want your website to look like? Look like? Do you want it to be more like corporate like, more professional, or like more like retro futuristic? Just I guess just give me a few ideas on how you want your revamped website to look.
Do you have an example of a website you've seen? I always ask people that, hey, give me something. I want to look like JP Morgan Chase's web, like, give us some examples so we can work off of that. But I see you've put in the chat, I need to add testimonials, success stories, more professional. Um,
Okay, that's perfect. Yeah, that's
yeah.
perfect.
And again, like Jack was, like Lovable is only one platform that does this. It's base 44. There's all these websites that are now able to like generate beautiful designs, right? That you would have to hire a designer before, go to Upwork and go to Fiverr and hire all these people to do all this stuff. Now you can just do it yourself, So that's what Jack was going to reimagine Daniel's website and see what it comes up with as well. And if you've never used Lovable before, it uses credits or tokens, and you'll find that the similar in Claude and all these places where think about it as like coins almost, that you have a certain number
Mhm.
of coins to use. And then, of course, these companies are making money, right? So you got to pay monthly subscription and all that stuff. So he just put the prompt in there, and
Yeah,
now
so
it's
think
gonna do
about
the thing
the
here.
so think about the lovable prompt like the same way that you think about a chat GPT prompt where you you input some text in it and then it outputs whatever you're looking for. So if you tell ChatGPT to, hey, make me an image, the image that you wanted it to create is going to get outputted the same way with Lovable and other AI coding tools. But as Bevon and I call it vibe coding, which he mentioned is, you see, we are literally just vibing. I'm chilling right now. I could be on my phone. I can be drinking some tea. But the AI coding tool is coding everything. I have no coding experience at all. The only thing that I told Lovable was, I want you to revamp my website to make it more professional, and I need to add testimonials and success stories to it. And then I added the website URL, and then boom, Lovable is taking over. It's working right now, implementing the testimonials and success stories. It's doing everything from the front end and the back end. And one of the main questions that we kept getting was, I want to create a website end to end, so not just only front end, but back end as well. So the good thing about Lovable is that it not only does it create like great interfacing front end websites, but it also has something called Superbase, which is the back end. So let's say that this website has like some contact forms where people could submit like interest in your products. With Lovable, it automatically has that migrated. So whenever somebody put their information in, it gets stored in your database without you having to go and try to code some things where, you know what I'm saying, like the back end, it's like automatically like seamlessly connected together.
And one thing I want to add to that is again, because Jacquez and I are like living in AI all day long, we pay attention to all the things that are changing. So now ChatGPT image creation has gotten really, really good. You could actually take your website address, the URL, put it in ChatGPT images, just the URL, and it could create assets for you to pull up for social media. Like
Hmm.
beautiful like graphics. I'm using it now. I have a new book
Yeah.
out that I'm using it for to just create graphics and stuff.
Let me see if I can pull that up actually right now. Just using his website. Uh, yes.
Yeah, and Jordan, like Jordan is saying, like tip if you need help on your lovable prompts, just ask ChatGPT, Claude to help. And I do the same thing. Like sometimes you have this raw idea in your head, but you need to refine that. So, um, someone was saying I would like to build a website that I use for computer technology and science database. Like we need to refine that prompt. Like if you put that into ChatGPT, lovable, it'll give you something, but it's not gonna give you what you want. So
Hmm.
something else that I created to help students, parents, teachers, and anybody is I created a prompt gym. Literally think about going to the gym to work out, to exercise and stuff like that. I'll drop the link in here, but it's a free-ish tool that I created, but you can literally go on there. Let me put it in the chat and practice writing good prompts. And what it does, it gives you feedback in real time. It actually tells you or shows you what good looks like. Because that's the issue that we have is a lot of people don't know what a good prompt looks like and what makes up a good prompt. So you can feel free to use that. It's a gym prompt gym pretty much. And I created that in Lovable like in 2 minutes because I kept getting asked questions about how do I write a good prompt. And I was teaching people over and over. And I was like, I can't be everywhere doing everything, right? So how do I replicate myself and help a lot of people? And a lot of folks have been using this gym pretty much.
Daniel, here's your new website. So this is what Lovable created, and mind you, we just gave it some basic prompts. We could have told it to include a certain color palette. We could have told it to include like blog posts. We could have just, customized it to the best of our ability. But I literally just told it to revamp it and to make it more professional and to add the testimonies and success stories. And this is what it gave us.
And what Lovable just added, and a lot of these platforms have, is search engine optimization. So before you would have to build a website and then, right, have it search engine optimization is having it ranked up, in Google search and stuff like that. Have it be picked up by different sources. But within here now, while you're building this, you can actually do it right here. And Lovable is going to optimize it for search. So when people are searching for project management in Chicago, you're ranked, right? You're being
Hmm.
found. And also is going to optimize it for AI search as well. So it could show up in ChatGPT, it could show up in Gemini, because that's where you want to show up now. That's where most people are spending their time. Um, if you want to accept payments, so you can do invoicing and all that kind of stuff, you can build payment into this. So when Jacques was talking about end to end, is from prompt to sale, right? You can actually collect payments on here. You can build your own customer relationship, a CRM on here. That's what I do. I manage all my entire newsletter, everybody in one place. It's a hub that I created for myself. There's so much you can do end to end. Daniel was asking is a prompt. The prompt gem is what I created. I build that to help people write better prompts. So it's not a prompt library, it's a way to teach you to write good prompts.
And it's scrolling down here. But yeah, like Lovable created all of this. So of course, if you had like your actual like trusted partners and everything, you'll be able to include their actual names in here, and you'll probably have it where it redirects to their specific websites. Okay, let's see. Let's say I want you to. So it's still AI. So it still hallucinate, which is why a human should still be in the loop, and you should just always just give it like a second eye, because we told it to add the testimonials, but as you can see, it did not. Oh, it probably did, but it's
Yeah,
just the font
the
color.
font color, yeah.
Yeah, the font color. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But you see right here how it messed up right here. So I'm telling it to just revamp it right now and to make it add those changes. Let me see.
So someone was asking in the chat, what's the difference between Chat GPT and Claude? It's just two different companies. So
Yeah,
Chat GPT is built by OpenAI and Claude is built by Anthropic. So right, it's just two different companies. Claude right now is like right, kind of leading the pack, right? Last year Gemini was the thing. First it was OpenAI. I mean, they're always trying to outdo each other, right? Who has the best model, which is faster. I have been using Claude more these days, more recently as well too, than ChatGPT. ChatGPT just has the advantage of being first, so everybody knows about them.
So this is I went on ChatGPT and I gave it Daniel's website. I said, just create me a marketing promo for my website and make it 1950s retro futuristic. That's one of my favorite themes nowadays, just 1950s retro futuristic. But as you can see, the new ChatGPT image model, it has perfect like text. At first, you can tell if something was AI generated because the actual text it would not be legible. So like it'll say transforming, but it might have like two or three G's and it might have like a instead of a F, it might have an E. You know, like you could just tell that it was AI generated. But as you can see right here, like this whole text is legible. Like it's perfect. It says Chicago project management partner. Usually, like I was mentioning, that some of the words would have been screwed and things like that. So if you don't have a like marketing team or designer team, I believe and feel like that you should be just A/B testing with ChatGPT to get these marketing posters out.
And Jacques, I see Malik in the chat says he's looking for the best way to integrate AI for promotion and monetization purposes. How do I create an AI agent that automates social media marketing and my brand? That's right. That's all up your alley, man. That's your thing.
Exactly. Give me 1 second. All right, Malik, before I answer that, I want to just show you guys the revamped website. When I told it to make the testimonials font color black because it was originally white. And I also told it to add like some quotes from the testimonials. So now this is the new testimonials page or section right here. It says Danny brought structure to a program that has been stalled for months. Within 90 days, we had a clear roadmap and a delivery cadence the entire organization could trust. So just something like this where we just created this website or revamped this website in not even 5 minutes. And the the possibilities in terms of like the changes that we can make and revamp is just limitless. Like I said, we can bring in and insert our own images that we want lovable to use. We can bring in our own trusted partners. We could integrate it with Stripe and start collecting money. Like we can just do so much with just this one platform right here. Uh, Go to the question that you said, Malik.
Yeah, the best way to integrate AI for promotion, monetization, and stuff.
Uh, I mean, like I guess like it really just depends on like your angle of things and I guess like your knowledge of these different AI tools because I can, obviously recommend something like a make.com or NAN where it just takes a little bit more like AI knowledge to, actually start creating these like AI like agents and AI automations. Or you could use something called let me get 1 second. Because you could just use Cloud Cowork or ChatGPT to build an agent as well.
And you want to explain to folks what an agent is exactly versus like automation.
Yeah, so just think about an agent versus automation, like a AI automation slash workflow. Just think of it like an assembly line. So meaning like you have the parameters, you have the structures in place. So every time like something goes through the system, it's gonna come out the same exact way. Let's say that you have assembly line for the new Ford car. You know that every car that goes on this assembly line is gonna look the exact same. With agents, it's like the same thought, but you don't give it as much like parameters. So with an AI workflow, you might say, hey, you might give it the actual prompt that you want these like AI models to like create the blog post in like in a certain way. So you might give it the actual prompt and you might say, from here, I want you to then go and create a ChatGPT image. And then I want you to go ahead and drop that image into my email. That's an AI workflow because it's systematic and it's like it can be replicated in a sense. An AI agent is if you just tell an AI chatbot or ChatGPT something like, I want you to research my top 50 competitors and I want you to come up with the best analysis of this, and I want you to do this every morning at 7 a.m. That's an agent because you told it what to do, but you didn't give it as much details. You want the agent to like use his own analysis to, to come up with what it thinks that you want the end goal to be.
Yeah, one example of that is for the last more than a year now, every Friday at 7 a.m. I get an email from my a task that I set up in ChatGPT. The instructions I gave it was to go out and find all the news about AI and education of around the world about that specific topic, how AI is being used in education in classrooms across the world, at universities, whatever, what countries are adopting, what rules are coming to the federal government, like policies, laws. And every Friday at 7 a.m., I get an email summarizing all the news, the top news, the headlines from across the world on that topic. And then I go one step further and say, auto create a newsletter or a LinkedIn post for me that I could just copy and paste and boom, right? Like clockwork, I have this information coming in. I don't have to do anything. I kind of verify what it says, but it's coming from trusted resources, trusted sources, news sources across the world. Legit. I only ask for legit news sources. I could do this there's a tool called Perplexity as well too that we didn't even get into, right? There's so many different tools out there, and some people get right. We'll talk about ChatGPT, we'll talk about Lovable, and they go down that rabbit hole and like they like laser focus on that one tool. Again, be open to like trying other things as far as Perplexity, learn about that stuff, right? It's out there. We, again, the purpose for us doing this every month is to break down all that stuff that you might be hearing, seeing online in a very
Mhm.
simple way. Like somebody was saying, Larisha was saying, no, somebody else was saying, the iPhone user was saying, it seems like some of us have been overthinking this. And I couldn't say it any better because I think that's what it is. Is like
Yeah.
the language of this stuff is very like if I have friends who are technologists and AI people, and when I speak to them, I get lost because they speak up here, right? And that again, that's why we call this thing street level AI. We literally want to like break this down in the most simplest way for just regular people to understand. Like that's all you're
Yeah.
asking. Like, how do I make money online using AI? Is it gonna replace my job? Should my kid be doing computer science versus, well, like what are the jobs? What are the top 10 jobs in the next 10 years or 5 years? Would my company replace me? Like just regular
Right.
people have regular questions.
Let me answer Malik's question real quick before we
Yeah.
let me share my screen. All right, so Malik, so this is what I do. I like run AI marketing on a daily basis. So I transferred from like platforms like Make.com and NAN, and now I natively just have a lot of my like automations directly through Cloud Cowork and through ChatGPT. Are you familiar with Cloud Cowork? Or how many of you guys are familiar with Cloud Cowork?
I
Okay, cool.
literally just learned about it today
Let's
because of
do
a
it.
because of a plugin that you can put in to like help you consolidate payroll and stuff like that. So I'm really
Yeah.
excited about it.
You talking about the new finance pay
Yes.
yep, that they just dropped.
And it's specifically for small businesses. So
Hmm.
apparently if you go into Anthropic as like your plugin and you put in small business, it'll come up.
Let me actually drop that link. That was a great resource. Look, Alicia. They literally just dropped that yesterday too.
Yeah, I was geeked. I have
Mhm.
a small business on the side, so that's gonna help me a lot. So
For sure, from like invoicing to
yes, for sure.
payroll to everything. Even they even have like marketing things as well. Let me
Hmm.
I just dropped the official announcement in the chat. Okay, yeah, but like so Cloud Cowork, it is like a it's the automation form of Claude, and it's like natively through their desktop app, and it makes it just way easy. So I'm like right here is the chat. So like this is like the ordinary chat, like how you talk to ChatGPT and you just want like a response. This is Claude Code where like you have it coded. So just think about Lovable but times like 10. This is a little bit more like um I guess like higher level in a sense. You see like how it's actually coded and everything like that. But Cloud Cowork is where the automations live. So Malik, let's say that you want to create some social media content every day. You got hold on. think I just actually. So I'm literally going to type every morning at 7 a.m. Research the top three AI news story, write a LinkedIn post and a Twitter post in my voice. We're gonna fire that off. So what it's gonna try to, it's gonna create this scheduled task. So this scheduled task is gonna be like the AI workflow that gets, shot every morning. Let me show you guys some of my scheduled tasks that I have right now. So I have a daily blog task that runs every morning at like 10:30. And what it does is it researches like trending news topics in the AI field, and it goes and creates like the blog post for me, and then it actually goes and like create the images that go and follow the blog post, but then it takes it a step further and it automatically posts onto like my LinkedIn profile as well as like my Instagram profile. It does all of that for me. You see right here it says view today's blog. So this is the blog that it created, but then it actually put it on my website. So let me show you guys my website. And it does this every morning at 10:30 a.m. without me having to do anything. Boom. So this is the blog post that it creates every day. Let me go to my blogs for y'all for you guys. So
And I
I have
think that is such an interesting topic, if I'm being honest with you. Like, I went down a bit of a rabbit hole of
yeah,
like
yeah.
faceless pages, and you'd be surprised. Like, they have a true loyal following, like when people find their niche.
For
So I
real.
definitely have to read that one.
Nah, for real. And I'm glad you brought that up. We could talk about that more in next month's meeting, like Faces Instagram pages. So I run like 6 and 7 figure Faces pages, and I have multiple from like rage baiting crash out pages to like gym motivation pages and like locked in pages. Then I have like Faces AI pages. And what you could do is you could build these Faces Instagram pages up and you could use that traction to help your original page grow. So like my AI page, I think my AI Faces page have like 20 something thousand followers or something, but I leverage that page to help with my own main like AI page where I, showcase my own original content. So just things like that where it's always tips and tricks and it always goes back into marketing in a sense. But yeah, I was just
And
showing
you,
you guys. Oh, you got it.
yeah, so and the reason why I think it is, my theory on that is that when a person can connect more to a topic versus a person, there's less bias there, right? Like, because
Mm,
when you go to someone's page for AI, you're looking for information. But if someone goes to your personal page, they may find something about you that they don't like, or the speed in which you talk. And because, people are kind of like
yeah.
very nitpicky about the content that they like now. So I think that could be one of the drivers as well.
That's a great point. That's a great point. Yeah, you're right. Especially with like with content creation, it's like no matter how good you're doing or you could be doing the best thing possible, trying to educate people, but somebody gonna always find something that just goes
Yep.
against them. So that's a great point. Bevon, you
Yeah.
got anything to add?
No, no, I agree, and I think as we end up watching the time here, anybody has any questions? There's one thing I wanted to touch on. A lot of folks, most of the people who signed up for this, yeah, sorry.
My fault, Bevon, my fault. The scheduled task, Malik, while we still it just finished. You see right here. When I said every morning, that's the prompt I gave it. So it's going and creating the scheduled task right now. So it created the details where it's going to research the top three AI news stories. It's going to do like a web search and where it has AI news today. Then the step two, since Anthropic or Claude, I already know how I write. Like I already know like how my brand voice is, which is why it says write and Jack's voice. Then the LinkedIn post it says, longer form, then Twitter, then it's going to deliver. So let's schedule that real quick. I want to run it just so you can see like just one iteration of it. Okay, set up every morning. Okay, let's say
So Malik, is this something you're doing now, like in online and stuff, or you looking to do? I think you're on mute still, yeah. So while that's running, I was saying a lot of people who signed, most of the people who signed up are like working professionals, and a lot of some folks, I'm like, yeah, we got you, for sure. Just we'll definitely follow up afterwards too. But I think I was saying like a lot of folks are like concerned about careers as well too, and I was telling Jacques before we started today, I was curious about those questions about people wanted to like future proof their careers. Um, so someone was saying like looking to transition a traditional bookkeeping and payroll business into automated business. Yeah, we could definitely talk about that too as well. Um,
Here you
so
go.
yeah, there it is. Yeah.
Okay, boom. So these the top three AI stories from the scheduled task. So this is I'm gonna turn it off after this because I already have a few different like content creation, but like this get ran every day at 7 a.m. You see how they gave us the top three AI stories. This is true. This just happened. I actually created a video about this earlier about how Anthropic just flipped OpenAI for having the number one like business AI adoption. So at first it was chat, but now it's Anthropic. Chat still has the lead in terms of like consumer adoption. So like the average people when they think of AI, they still think of chat. But like the Fortune 500 companies, they are using Anthropic more nowadays. So that's a fresh new story, which is legit. Then this is the LinkedIn draft. This is definitely how I write. The race just flipped. For the first time since the whole AI thing kicked off, more American businesses are paying for Claude than ChatGPT. Perfect. Um, meanwhile, Google is going even bigger. They're not adding Gemini to Android. Okay, so literally just the three different stories right here, and then Twitter, because I told it to make it for Twitter and LinkedIn. Then I can have it where it says post both, and then it's going to automatically fire off and post to LinkedIn and Twitter for me automatically without me have to do anything. So Malik, hopefully that was a simple like easy for you to easy step for you to follow in terms of you setting up just like any automations within Claude Cowork directly by just speaking plain English. Like I didn't have to overdo anything. I literally just told it what I wanted to the outcome, and then it just did it.
So as we kind of wrap up, thanks a lot, Jacques. Again, I want to remind folks we will be meeting again on June, and you get an email about this too. June 24th, same time, same place, virtual. Um, and we'll go even deeper. And I think what we'll do is the goal is on that day that we meet, we talk about what happened the last 30 days. So we get you guys all caught up on what's happening, right? But we want you also to be more aware and be looking around, experimenting, bringing ideas, all that kind of stuff. We're also officially like launching the street level AI membership club as well too. Again, this will always be free, these monthly sessions. But Jacques and I work a lot of one-on-one with folks as well too who want to build things, want to design stuff, right? Feel free to reach out to us. We'll share you all the information around that too. But after this session, you'll get an automated email. Give us your feedback. But before I wrap up, anybody has any comments, feedback? We want to know if this makes sense. Was this useful? Definitely drop it in the chat or like come off a mute and let us know as well too.
I honestly can say this has been one of the topics I've been most excited to learn about in a while. And I think that just creating this forum has been super exciting about the future and just creating community, creating a space for you to ask what people may call dumb questions or whatever and keep up to speed. So definitely looking forward to the next session. Definitely looking forward to the street membership too, because I need to keep with it and keep pacing as the world keeps spinning too. So Jack, if you can send me the link to the membership, let me know.
I got you.
This was great. Thank you for doing this, guys.
No, I appreciate you, Larisha, and I appreciate each and every one of you guys for showing up. This is exactly what Bevon and I have been trying to build. So we already have our own platforms in a sense, and we directly go into the communities where we like teach ages 0 through 99 about how to leverage, how to use AI as well as how to monetize with AI. So we just been trying to like build an online community forum of the same exact things that we do in real life. So no matter where you're located at, it's no barrier to just getting this knowledge and getting this free game. So I really appreciate each and every one of you guys for coming, like for real, for real.
And we are official partners, community partners of OpenAI, Perplexity, Lovable. all these companies. So on June 24th, we're actually going to bring a company with us who is backed by Lovable, right? And they will be presenting a little session as well too. But on that day, and we expect that number to be, we had about 40 people sign up for this. That one will be probably closer to 100 and change, because if you show up on that day, you get free Lovable credits, like 100 credits, right? Again, typically you only get 5 a day, and you have to pay for the rest. This company will, through our partnership with them and Lovable, everybody on that call, and it has to be 18 and over, because there's some credit card stuff involved. You're not gonna get charged for anything. You just need to have a card to get the free credits, but you get 100 free credits to go off and build whatever you want. But this company is gonna do a presentation, and again, they're directly backed by Lovable, and I work directly. Jacquez and I work with them as well. So again, and then every month we'll bring a company with us. We could bring people from OpenAI one day, or Microsoft, or whoever, right? So we'll facilitate and we'll lead and we'll always be around, but we also want to bring these big voices and small voices into the conversation as well too. So it'll be
And
a great
Bevon,
thing. Yeah.
Bevon, Malik just he asked like I shared them the contact information, but he asked like for those who are in Chicago, do we have an office? So we could low key facilitate like an in-person like community event as well too.
Yeah, we have a space in East Chatham on 79th Street, a digital learning lab there. So we actually have spaces in Hyde Park as well too. So yeah, the goal, Malik, is to do virtual, of course, but in Chicago, New York, and some other places actually have in-person gathering where we live like demonstrate and network and meet each other and stuff like that too. So we're working on that as well with some of our partners as well. Yeah. I think in Chicago and other places, Chicago in particular, there's really nothing like this that the regular person on the street feels they could walk into a space or virtually and just ask anything and learn from each other. So that's our goal, man. That's why we started doing this, and we'll keep doing it as well. So we don't want to keep anybody any longer. But again, appreciate everybody coming out. You'll get an email. Let us know how we did, and stay in touch if you have projects, ideas, things you want to build. Hit us up. We'll figure that out. But appreciate everyone's time, and Jordan, keep up the good work, man. Proud of you, man.
Thank y'all so much.
I
See y'all the
appreciate
next
you,
one.
Bevon.
All right, have a good night. Yeah, Michelle, yeah, you can definitely we'll send the recording as well too, and you could share that as well, and follow up.
Perfect.
Thank you
Yes.
so much.
Thank you.